US President Donald Trump saying Washington and Tehran are very close to a peace deal. He claimed that Iran had agreed to hand over its enriched uranium, a key sticking point in negotiations. Listen to this.
Very important is that Iran does not have a nuclear weapon, and they've agreed to that. Iran's agreed to that, and they've agreed to it very powerfully. They've agreed to give us back the nuclear dust that's way underground because of the attack we made with the B-2 bombers. So we have a lot of agreement with Iran, and I think something's going to happen very positive.
And later at an event in Las Vegas, Trump reiterated that the war in Iran should be ending pretty soon. In fact, Trump again remarked that the war with Iran was a little diversion.
I will say the war in Iran is going along swimmingly. We can do whatever we want. And it should be ending pretty soon. It was perfect. I mean, it's perfect. It was the power we have, our military. We have the most powerful military anywhere in the world. I built it 4 years, my first 4 years.
Iran's nuclear activities were a sticking point at the talks in Pakistan last weekend. Trump also said that if an Iran deal is reached and signed in Islamabad, he might go. On Thursday, Pakistan's Army Chief Asim Munir met the Iranian president. Munir is in Tehran as head of a high-level delegation within the framework of mediation efforts between Iran and the US. The meeting with Pezeshkian came after Munir met Iran's parliament speaker, who led the Iranian delegation at the first round of talks last week. Meanwhile, the Pakistan Prime Minister is now in Turkey, the third stop of a 4-day regional tour after Jeddah and Doha. Iran's UN ambassador later reportedly said Tehran was cautiously optimistic about the peace talks with the United States, expressing hope for a meaningful outcome. However, Iran's state media seemed to mock his claims on the deal. The broadcaster shared a social post reportedly, claiming the American leader is building castles in the air. It also shared a Persian proverb: the camel dreams of cotton seed, sometimes gulping it down, sometimes eating it grain by grain, quote unquote. The proverb is often used to describe someone who has unrealistic desires or dreams of something that is unlikely to happen. Trump has insisted any deal with Iran must permanently block it from acquiring nuclear weapons. He launched the war claiming Tehran was Tehran was rushing to complete an atomic bomb, according to him. That's what he claimed. In fact, Tehran insists that its nuclear program is peaceful. Washington has sought to escalate pressure on Tehran by blockading its ports, with the U.S. Central Command claiming to have completely halted economic trade going into and out of Iran by sea.
The U.S. action is a blockade of Iran's ports and coastline, not a blockade of the Strait of Hormuz. Enforcement will occur inside Iran's territorial seas and in international waters.
A video released by the U.S. Central Command appearing to show a sailor aboard a U.S. warship in the Gulf of Oman enforcing the blockade by ordering a merchant ship to divert its course, reportedly.
Motor Vessel Molly, this is Warship 112. We will be escorting you to your next port of call. Thank you for your cooperation. This is Warship 112, standing by at channel 16.
All this as a 10-day ceasefire between Israel and Lebanon has taken effect. Now the Strait of Hormuz and Iran's nuclear stockpile remain the key sticking points between the U.S. and Iran. The 2-week ceasefire, which halted attacks in Iran and the Gulf, is due to expire on Tuesday. To stay up to speed with the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.